Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Kody Brown ghosted Meri again after telling all. Meri Brown has always been the resilient, patient wife who waited endlessly for crumbs of attention from a man who had long emotionally abandoned her, and yet, in one of the most shocking turns since the Sister Wives Tell-All special, Kody Brown has allegedly ghosted Meri once more, despite her raw and emotional revelations. The tell-all was supposed to be a place for healing, confrontation, and closure, but it ended up being a stark reminder that Kody's cruelty knew no bounds, and Meri's suffering was only a footnote in his journey of self-serving actions. Fans were taken aback when Meri opened up during the tell-all, baring her soul and describing how lonely and ignored she felt in her so-called marriage. She highlighted years of spiritual neglect and alienation, as well as Kody's withdrawal of emotional intimacy from their relationship. The audience could feel the strain as she talked through tears, remembering the horrible humiliation she endured, yet holding out hope that Kody would one day love her again. But after pouring her heart out in front of the world, thinking that maybe, just maybe, it might compel Kody to answer or even acknowledge her humanity, she was met with dead stillness. No call. There's no message. No olive branch. Just radio silence. Ghosted. Again. According to sources close to Meri, she was distraught. Not surprising, given that Kody hasn't prioritized Meri in over a decade, but heartbroken nonetheless. She thought, maybe this time, after everything that's happened and everything she's shared publicly, he might feel some kind of responsibility to reach out, a source told me. But nothing. It is as if she never existed for him. And that's the bitter truth. Despite being his first wife, assisting him in the establishment of their poly family, and surviving years of emotional neglect, Meri was once again left as an afterthought. Kody has emotionally ghosted Meri before. Their history is filled with ignored texts, unanswered phone calls, and cold, dismissive conversations. But something about this time stung harder. It was after a national television broadcast of her sorrow, her final attempt to connect, find purpose, and find closure, and he didn't even care enough to say anything in return. There was no, "Thank you for sharing your side." Not a "let's talk." Nothing. Meri's sadness was hardly veiled either. In the days following the reveal, her social media feed was flooded with cryptic postings containing inspiring quotations about betrayal, loneliness, progress, and self-worth. Fans quickly picked up on the attitude and flooded the comment sections with support. "You deserve so much better," one person wrote. "He never deserved you," another replied. And they're correct. Meri stood by Kody for years, even after he made it obvious, both publicly and privately, that she was no longer a part of his romantic plans. She stayed after Christine left. She stayed as Janelle began to draw away. She stayed when Kody showered all of his attention on Robin while she waited alone in Flagstaff, waiting for scraps of love. But what about Meri? She's gone. And this new version, raw, hurt, but finally willing to prioritize herself, is rising from the ashes of Kody's apathy. Many supporters believe the ghosting is a strategic move, that Kody is attempting to evade accountability, that he can't bear being confronted with the reality Meri revealed in her tell-all. After all, how do narcissists react when they are exposed? They run. They rewrite history. They go silent, believing that the world's noise will drown out their absence. Kody, known for his defensiveness and unstable emotional conduct, may have seen Meri's impassioned comments as an assault rather than a plea. Instead of taking any responsibility, he chose the coward's path, complete disengagement. Isn't that the ultimate insult? That after all these years, loyalty, and tears, he couldn't even call her. Meri made significant sacrifices for this multiple family. She was the first. She was the one who introduced Robin into the fold, a decision that, in retrospect, would lead to her own emotional demise. The woman who had opened the door was left outdoors in the cold. While Robin became the focal point of Kody's life, Meri faded into the background. She was expected to smile, comply, and be okay, with her husband focusing all of his energies on another lady while she faded quietly into the background. The tell-all was her opportunity to recover her story, not to exact revenge. And instead of being met with empathy, she was eliminated again. What's her story? Inconvenient. What's her truth? It's too loud. Kody's answer? Silence. The recurrent ghosting raises severe concerns about Kody's character and emotional intelligence. What type of man refuses to see the humanity of a lady who has supported him through literally decades of dysfunction? What type of man can't answer the phone and say, "I heard what you said, and I'm sorry you felt that way"? Ghosting someone after they've just revealed their tragedy to a national audience requires a particular kind of detachment, or possibly selfishness. And the irony? Kody wishes to be recognized as a father, spiritual leader, and man of principle. But whose principles? Because abandoning your first wife following a sensitive confession does not scream honesty. Meanwhile, Meri is moving on. Slowly. Painfully. But onward anyway. She's focusing on her enterprises, personal progress, and independence. She appears online not as Kody's wife, but as her own lady. Her energy level has clearly shifted. She's letting go, and in the process, she's realizing her power. Her ghoster is no longer tormenting her. He is showing who he truly is, and she is coming to view him not as the man she once loved, but as the one who did not love her back. There is a distinction, and it's that clarity that propels her to the next chapter. Fans have rallied around her more than ever, with hashtags such as #JusticeForMeri and #MeriDeservesBetter trending in the aftermath of the reveal. Commentators have called Kody's silence emotional abuse and classic manipulation. Others have pointed out that Meri's ghosting is an example of how Kody treats anyone who no longer serves his image or ego. Christine, Janelle, and Meri have all been flung aside. The pattern is apparent. And Meri? She's finished making excuses for him. She's finished pretending. And she's had enough of waiting for a text that will never arrive. Insiders believe she's seen his ghosting as the final sign. That this time, she will not be looking for reconciliation. That the door is actually closed this time. She's grieving, the insider explained, but she's also growing. This is the new Meri. Meri realizes the reality and is finally ready to stop chasing a man who has been emotionally unavailable for years. And it's about time. Because a woman should not have to beg for love. No woman should feel invisible within her own marriage. And no woman should be abandoned by the man who stuck by her through it all, especially given the courage it took to speak her truth on national television. Kody's behavior following the tell-all demonstrates one thing above all else. He is incapable of empathy for the ladies who raised him up. He has gone on, both physically and emotionally, but rather of leaving with grace or closure, he leaves burnt earth and quiet. For Meri, quiet is no longer a mystery. It is an answer. And that says everything. He's finished with her. He isn't coming back. And, while this may sound depressing, it is actually the most liberating revelation of all. Meri doesn't have to wait much longer. She doesn't need to hope. She can live. Finally. In a chilling twist, Meri's ghosting after the tell-all may have been the closure she needed all along. Not the sort that comes with apologies or emotional chats, but the kind that comes from witnessing someone show you precisely who they are when given every opportunity to improve, and understanding you deserve so much more. Kody had a choice. He could have been kinder. He could have acknowledged her suffering. But instead, he remained silent. Again. Meri now picks herself. Again. And this time, she will not look back.